What is up, guys? It is Sam, the Raid Man. I got a crazy new promo code for you. I'm sure some of you guys have seen this already, but I want to show it to you. So this is on a brand new account. We just created it. Promo codes Demon Slayer. One word. Confirm. New legendary champion. We have Thoril, I believe is his name. We also have, Tholin, Foulbeard, the new fusion. And we also have Eleanor for my link code. This new player promo code, only good for new players, unfortunately. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Is compatible with the link referral codes like the Eleanor code that I have in the link in the description of this video, and then the link for the Karato Fox Center also in the description of this video. So, Tholin Foulbeard, let's go over his kit really quickly. A1, Demon Breaker. AoE, we love that. Before attacking, 25% chance placing weaken, 50% chance placing weaken for 2 turns if the target's from Corrupted, a boss, or a minion. So really good against bosses. This effect cannot be resisted by enemies from the Corrupted Alliance, bosses, or minions. So in like Arena or Waves, you would need this. If they're not from Corrupted Alliance, you would need accuracy. But against bosses, you would not need it. Grants next turn if weaken is placed on all enemies, which if it's irresistible, has a good chance. Like if you're playing against like Ice Golem, for example, there's a boss, 2 minions, pretty good chance he plays it because it is irresistible. Only the 3% chance affects you. That being said, something like Spider, the 3% chance does hurt because there's so many enemies. There's 11 enemies, 1 boss, 10 spiderlings, or up to 10 spiderlings, and the 3% chance gets pretty high. But pretty cool. Potential chance to just like, do the A1, lower skill cooldown, get something else. A2, Back to the Abyss, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit will ignore 25% defense or 50% from the Corrupted Alliance. Each hit decreases target stack by 5%, stacks up to 25, increases this champion's stack by 5%, stacks up to 50. We love champions that stack their own attack. That's big, that's Ninja, that's Varl, that's huge, that's Toshiro, big fan of that. So A3, Rabid Fury, attacks all enemies 2 times. Before attacking, places increased attack on himself. Each critical hit landed on the first hit, increased damage dealt on the second hit by 10%. So if you hit, let's say Hydra, hit 4 heads, all crits, 40% damage for the next hit. Will ignore unkillable and shields. That's a really cool A3. Evil's Nightmare activates Demon Breaker, which is the A2, I believe. No, the A1. Activates the A1 skill every 5th turn this champion takes. Enemies from the Corrupted Alliance, bosses, minions cannot land a critical hit on this champion. That's crazy. Like bosses and minions don't land critical hits very often. If you didn't know this, bosses and enemies have 15% crit rate. So the only time you really get crit consistently is in the arena, but that is pretty good for enemies from the Corrupted Alliance, which is, Demon Spawn, Undead Hordes, Dark Elves, Night Revenants. That's your Corrupted Alliance. So that's a pretty interesting passive. I like the basically just getting a free A1. That reminds me a little bit of like Thor's passive, where he takes a few turns and then activates his little AoE. This is just another free AoE. So this would be a good champion for like a Hex set or Provoke set in Hydra. Obviously he's bringing weaken and he should be bringing a ton of damage. So I think that's really exciting. I think as far as starting a new account goes, this is pretty crazy. He's gonna be one of the best campaign farmers you would have because he's got an AoE here, or an AoE in the A1 and AoE here, and then after 5 turns, another AoE. So I'm curious what his skill set will do. So let's just put him in we just started this account, but let's just put him in a wave. Also ally attack in all battles by 30%. That's good for a campaign farmer. Let's just see if he does his A2, because he should not do his A2. A3, he should go A1 here if he's smart. No, he does A2, which is frustrating, but that's okay. Shouldn't slow him down too much. Obviously, he has literally 0 gear on. He's level 1, so it's not like this is going to be fast, but potential to be very, very fast. I think he's going to be a great campaign farmer. Now, the point that everyone is making, and there are some valid points, is it's so frustrating that these new players who have just starting the game, or players who've started second accounts, are getting this fusion champion, current fusion champion, for free. I do think it probably would have been a better move by Plarium to give a old fusion champion. Also, that's a super cool like skull. I guess that's the Demon Slayer, slaying demons. Anyways, they're saying it's frustrating that new players are getting a champion that people have to put so many resources into. I'm getting lots of messages. Every fusion I do in my Discord, people are like, hey, should I go for this fusion? Are you going for this fusion? Is it worth it for me? Things like that. And I do think this fusion is good, and I am going for him. In my opinion, he is worth it. But I understand people's frustration when they're saying, it's so frustrating these people can get this champion for free when I have to spend all of my shards, all of my energy, all of my time for 2 weeks to earn this champion, and they just get it for free. I do agree. I think it would have been a better move by Plarium to give an older fusion away, but I also think it's very, very important to keep new players in the game. I know that's what Raid is all about. That's also what I'm all about, is keeping the game healthy, keeping people happy. I also choose to look at the situation as a cup half full, right? So I got a cup of soda here. It's a little over half, but you could look at this as half empty. it's half gone. Let's look at the negative side of things. I'm choosing to look at it as half full. There's lots of good things to take away from this. This is an amazing new player promo code, right? We've had Supreme Gaelic, we've had Tuhana Rock. I think this is, I don't want to say it's better because I haven't tested him well enough, but I do think it's bigger for the early game. Maybe not the later game, but early game is where the people are dropping off, right? If you're a new player who comes into the game, you're probably overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of everything. Look at how many areas are here in the Bastion. Look at how many toggles and red dots we have here everywhere, right? Then you go into here, look at all these areas, most of which aren't even unlocked. Then you go to dungeons, there's a ton of areas. You go to clan boss and there's 3 of them. Cursed City and Siege are like a mess. There's just so much going on. And it's very, very difficult for new players to stay involved in the game. So I think something like this, it's a big boon, a big boost to a new player account is a great way to get people to come in the game, enjoy it when they start seeing some success. Like, wow, I have a good legendary to start my account, or 2 good legendaries in this case, because we have Elenarl and Tholin. They're more likely to stay in the game, which is what we all want long term. I know people love to crap on raid and complain about Plarium, but ultimately, if the game is not healthy, then we don't have this fun game that has support and servers and updates and new champions and new content all the time. Ultimately, we're here to have fun, and I think we should choose to be positive and take the positive light on this, which I will. I'm going to be, building this account out, messing around with Tholin for a little while I'm still working on the fusion on my main account. So anyways, I want to make this aware to you guys. If you guys want to get a great start, use one of my promo codes, either Karato or Elenarl, and then also get yourself a Tholin. I will be messing around on this account, potentially making some videos or things like that. We will see how much success we have. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel for more daily raid content, and I'll see you guys on the next one.